You can see the phone there. I have to move it. All right, just a second here. Have to adjust. Okay, we're getting ready. I'm just adjusting this camera so that we get a good view. We're making sure that everything looks really good. Hello, hey, how's it going? I'm gonna finish eating. I got home from work, got home from running around, had a few errands to do, and then I'm here now. So it's a little crazy right after work having to. I didn't realize what time it was when I sat down to relax for a bit and do all those things. Now, where did I put my pieces? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Oh, okay. All right. Now after working on, hi Laura, hi Missy, thanks for joining. I'm just gonna finish eating my wrap here. And then we'll get started. So Helen is at the spa. Just getting her clean up. Usually about every 8 to 12 months I get a cleaning. I do try to be I set it out, get it cleaned up, get it oiled and anything checked that may need to be replaced or something like that. And by doing that, I maintain my machine, I keep it up to date. So I'm using Armand here today, my featherweight, and we're at home, but it's all good. Because I had said either we'll be coming to you live from here, from my home studio, or from my camper. But we're sleeping in the camper tomorrow. We're so excited. I can't tell you how excited we are. Oh my gosh. Just me and Joe will be there. But we're super excited. There's a bunch of stuff in the camper already. We're leaving at 7 in the morning. Our camper's leaving at 7. So we should beat them there. So we'll be ready when they come. We'll know where we're going. All our stuff's in there. I threw some my quilt is in the camper already. It's just on the bed, not on the bed, but just sitting on the bed, folded on the bed. So I'm really excited. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing today. If you're just joining us, we are working on the Flower Farm Sampler Quilt. So we have been almost every week on Wednesday, we've been sewing together. Not quite every week, but almost every week. And we've been sewing different blocks and just going through the book block by block. So how she has it set up at the beginning, this is Shelley Cabana. At the beginning, she has how she makes her different things. Want to have a date with Jack? Yes, no Jack today. We love Jack, but we don't need him today. So what we've been trying to do is every week make the block. So for the past 9 weeks, I think, because we missed 1 week for sure, maybe 2. So maybe it's been 2 months or something, 10 weeks or something like that. Not quite 2 months. Anyways, we've been making blocks, and then we're just following along. So different people are using different materials. So some people are using scraps. Some people are using a collection like myself. Some people are using a variety of different things. So I'm using Tula Pink Roar with solids, with her solids as well. So these are my pieces for block 8, which is, I move my little alphabets back. Did you see the ones that she has new ones? I'm going to get those eventually there. I'm excited for the new ones. So these are the pieces that we'll be using tonight. I've got everything pre-cut, so I don't give any instructions on the cutting. Any cutting instructions, you have to use the book to do that. And then we're going to make it. So the block that we're making looks like this. Okay, it's a little hard to see maybe, but it looks like that. I've picked my own colors. I kind of changed it up. I did have a color swatch sheet, and that's with the Roar fabrics, and then putting in some solids. Just changed it up. I didn't want to do the colors that were there. I thought, no, I'm going to change it up, and I picked these beautiful colors. So I think this is going to be fun. And this, I think, is the right color. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but it's really fun. And then for one, we make two. One of them will have this coral pinky, and then this other pink. Okay. And there is on step 4, just be mindful, there is a slight printing error. So just be mindful of that. We will catch that when we go through, but just really look at step 4, and we'll help you with that. Someone had pointed that out, so thank you to Missy for pointing that out. Now let's get started. So you should have all your pieces cut. When we are done today, we will have 2 16.5 unfinished blocks. All right, and we make 2. Number 9, we make 2, and then we start making 3. Starting at number 10, we make 3 blocks. Okay, so if you haven't bought the book, it's available at your local quilt shop or on Amazon, which is where I bought it. It's not overly expensive for how many patterns you get. So it's worth it, I think. At least it was when I bought it. I mean, I've told people, oh, I bought this here and it was, $30. And then they go, oh, I bought it. It wasn't $30. You paid, this much for it. I'm like, no. Okay. So let's grab a couple of rulers and my rotary cutter, just so I can cut here with you. You will get to see more ironing though, because Armand is not as big as Helen, and so she kind of just in here. She sews a little slower, but we'll do okay. Actually, I'm going to switch these around. I'm going to put my pieces here on my these are just little lunch trays. They are awesome. All right. So we're going to take I. Okay, I, wherever I is a background color. So I, which is, I just want to make sure, yeah, that looks right. Is it the right width? Let me just see, is it the right? No, what is it supposed to be? Oh yeah, okay, it's an odd size because it's a quarter as opposed to a half or a whole. So we're just going to take I, letter I, and we're going to make 8 of these units, and we cut 8 of these units. Okay. Then we're going to take K, which is another rectangle unit, again with some weird, a fourth, a little strange size, which is okay. It was a little bit tricky to cut them because they're not your regular like half inch or full size. So that's a little different. And then we're going to do our A's, and we need 8 A's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to count them because that always helps. I'm going to put those out. I'm going to put those out of the way. All right. So now I think, let me just turn that just a bit. Okay. Now let's sew these together. So you're going to sew A and K together, and then you're going to sew the I on top. All right. So just everything is a 1/4 inch seam. And there are pressing instructions in the pattern for you. I'm using diagonal seam tape. This machine does not have a 1/4 inch foot. It just has whatever foot it came. This is just the foot that it comes with. So a little slower sewing tonight. But it's kind of fun that some of my blocks will be made on my little featherweight here. A little less, it's not as noisy, that's for sure. And I'm just going to sew all 8 at the same time. If you only want to make 1 block at a time, then you're going to do half. You're going to sew 4. And I only changed out 1 color. I was going to change out another color, and then I started cutting, and I cut all the fabrics, and I thought, because they're, an odd size, I didn't want to have these odd size pieces. And I did cut 1.5 inch squares from all of these fabrics for my little project, my 1.5 inch square project. So that's super fun. If you have any questions, you can just put them in the comments and I will try to answer them. This one seems a little long. It's supposed to be. It is just slightly. There we go. Sometimes I wonder if it's me. For a second there, I thought I was sewing them wrong. I was just gluing that one together. Okay. All good. So we'll be in our camper tomorrow. Super excited. I will send some pictures once I got some stuff put around in the camper. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I have no bonus things to sew. I have nothing. Okay, well, then I have nothing. Oh yeah, and I don't have a thread cutter on my machine. So I have to do it the old fashioned way. All right. So we're gonna cut these apart. So I chain piece everything. You can do it however you want. I think that was my last bonus block. I'm just gonna throw it over there. All right, so we're gonna take these to the iron and we're gonna press. I'm gonna press. I wonder what she says she presses to. She says she presses to the A, and that's what I'm doing. So pressing towards that A. So that's the color. At least for me, it's the color. So I'm using, again, Tula Pink Roar and Tula Pink Solids to make my quilt here. And I'm using a white solid. It's a Northcott solid. So just a white. I think it's just called white. I don't think it's called anything else. All right. So now we're going to take these back over here. I think this is going together very nicely, nice and simple here. And I think these stay like this. Nothing happens to these. This is how this unit is made, this corner unit. Okay. So that's fine, or part of the corner unit. Now we're going to take our eye fabrics, we're going to flip them onto our units we just sewed together. And we're going to start stitching these down. So stitch those down. We're going to do that 8 times. Again, chain piecing through, sewing a 1/4 inch. There's no seams to line up. Just do your best to be as accurate as possible. Now we're going to just sew all the way down. I hope this angle is good for you to see. It kind of means I don't have to move the camera. I can kind of just leave it there because I can pretty much do everything that I need to do without having to move the camera. I film these live and they don't get edited. And I don't have anyone behind the scenes, it's just me. Okay. Put phone on do not disturb.
Okay. Do not disturb is now on.
All right, I almost forgot. Because sometimes it calls and it causes problems. Someone will call. Right. So this is step 2. If you're late joining the sew along, we're sewing Shelley Cabana's Flower Farm Sampler. And my Barnstar sampler, which is her second book, is hanging up in the studio. I didn't quilt that one though. My friend did for me. She just looked at it and went, I need to quilt it. And so she custom quilted it. It's really pretty. Free motion. Great. Okay, so I'm going to leave those in there for now. And then we're going to go to step 2. So those just need to be cut apart and ironed. So I'm going to leave them. You don't have to do what I'm doing. this is just how I'm working things. And yeah, you can do it. You can take them off and press them. I'll do that after, just because then I can press more things. So now we're going to take J and F, and they are the same size. Okay, J and F. All right, so you should have 8 of each of these. You're going to make 16, 8 for one block and 8 for another. So I have 2 different colors. So I'm just going to sew one color. And then I'll sew the other color. They're the same size. You're just going to sew all the way down. We're making like a strip unit. And we'll use these in the next couple of steps. And we just need to make sure that we follow the directions and do that. So there is a little error in step 4. All right. Just, it's not a big error, it's just a small one. But it's good that we noticed it. I'm glad I was told, and I have it circled and marked so that I don't mess anybody up. Okay. So this is going to take a little bit of time since we have to use 16 of these. If you didn't change your colors, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. Joe's watching her movie and eating for dinner. Did you eat all your supper? Okay. I felt like a bad mom because I didn't even make supper. I got home at 5:30, 5:35 or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta get something to eat. If I hadn't thought about it, I would have just went through the drive-thru and running around. At least I wasn't late. Or forget, because I'd feel awful if I forgot. Just like, oh no, I was just sitting around watching TV or whatever. All I have to do now is pack up some food for camping. We're only going for one night right now, just because we have a couple other things planned already. But we got a one night to go up, set up the camper, and the next weekend when we go up for the long weekend, it'll be that. I won't be all the kids excited, everything going crazy. The cats are excited, like everything's going wild. And then um, you know, still have to put everything out, make all the beds. At least all the beds will be made. The appliances will be, the kitchen stuff will be put away. We'll have set up the camper, leveled it. I'm hoping that they help. I think they'll help. I think they know that I don't know much about anything about camping life, so they're gonna come and set it up, which is awesome. I'm not gonna leave them high and dry. I did get an orientation, so that's fun. So very excited. So we're getting close to getting these done. I'm gonna take everything off after I do these. I'm gonna take off everything and just press everything. That makes more sense to me. And this is how I sew when I sew. Normally when I teach a class, I do each little step. But this is more about sewing together, and we're just here to help each other out. And to keep each other accountable. We are going to get this quilt done, this quilt top done this year. We will be done before the end of the year. We might not get it quilted. I'm not, guaranteeing it'll be quilted, but we will have it done. I don't think there's any there should be any delays, any more missed days. I don't think. If I do go up to the camper, I will have my machine and I can just do it from there. Hopefully, the internet is working. So we are live on TikTok and on YouTube, and you can watch it either. Okay, needle is up. There we go. I don't even know if this thing has a thread cutter. I don't even know. All right. Anyways, I have my own snips, so now I'm going to cut these apart. So I have two different colors of my F fabric. So I have to make sure I keep those together because that's for one block. When I started, this is block 8. When we started, I made a lot of the blocks the exact same. And then I changed it up as I've gone along, which I think I did. I don't know if I did that the last time too. Okay. These you press up towards the eye. I think that's eye, right? That's what I said. Yep, eye. So we're going to press them up. Now, if you're ahead of me, that's okay. If you're a little bit behind, that's okay. There's no rush. I just sew at my speed. And I don't have to move. I know sometimes in our little space, in our sewing rooms, we have to, we don't have the space to have a little mat right next to our machine. So we have to get up and go to the ironing board. Okay. So now these are pressed towards the color, towards the F. Now maybe both of your pieces are colored. I don't know. She does have quite a few backgrounds. I'm simply using a white because I don't have a lot of backgrounds. I'm simply using a white. I had like 6 or 8, like a lot of different low lights. Okay. So I'm going to keep, because I changed up the color, and I know someone had changed up their A's. I think it was their A's. So just make sure you keep all your colors together for your 2 different blocks. If you've changed the colors, maybe you changed even more than one color. Because what I've done is I've changed the colors, and I said, okay, I'm going to put this with this and this with this, and then I end up doing the opposite. So just pressing it, making sure it's behaving. If I have any trouble, I would get out a clapper and get those to lay nice and flat. I did spray these with flatter when I ironed them and then cut them for the piecing. Flatter is a non-starch spray. I don't starch my fabrics and I don't pre-wash them. Unless it's like really, I'm not sure about the flannel, then I will. But if it's a good quality flannel, I make sure I spray it good. Use a lot of steam so that it can shrink a bit. Okay, so you should have 8 of the strip sets for each block. And then you should have 4 of the corner units for each block. And I had to get new flatter because my other flatter is almost empty. This is lacy. It's a little, kind of reminds me of a nice scented soap. And then this one is Yazoo, Y-U-Z-U. And it smells really nice. I don't know what it smells like though. I don't know how to describe that one, but it's very nice. I have Celebrate over there, which is almost empty. And someone I brought my pineapple with me, and someone took it. I had it up somewhere, and they're not quilters who took it. Some random person took it, or I lost it, or someone thought it was something else and took it. Anyways, if they tried to drink it or use it for food, gross. Because I don't think that tastes really good. Okay, but it is what it is. I did get it replaced. So. Okay, so we're going to set these aside. We don't need those. I had to press them, so that's why I had them. Now we're going to work with these. So what we're going to do, repeat to make 8 units. Okay. So we have to separate these because I need 4 in one color because I'm doing 2 different colors, okay? So 4 in one color. This is step 3. And then 4 in the other color, okay? So what we want is for step 3, you want your white on your left, your color on your right, your background on your left, and your color on your right. I said white the first time, but it's actually whatever you're using for your background because there's a gazillion background colors you could pick. So make sure that you have these lined up. In step 3, there's no error, but in step 4, there is, but we'll talk about that later. Let's look at this. So now you're going to take some A squares, and you're going to place them on the bottom of your strip piece, and you're going to stitch from the upper left to the lower right. Okay, so we're going to strip. And I don't like to start at the corner, so I'm going to start up here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put my foot down here, my foot of my sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch that. You can draw the line, you can press the line. I'm going to use my diagonal seam tape, and I'm going to stitch like that. So you're going to stitch 4 for each block, 8 total. So if you changed any colors, this is where you want to do that. Make sure that you have your colors in the right spot. Okay. All right. I find this pedal on this machine a little funky. Maybe it's because I have big feet. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do the other color. Okay. So now I'm laying that down. Still the same direction, still from the upper left to the lower right. I just switched out for the second color. I'm making my 2 blocks different colors. Just that. That's the only thing I changed. I try not to do too many because then I'll confuse myself. I know myself. I will confuse myself. And we're sewing a little later in the day. I did long arm. I was long arming and I didn't get it finished. I got the quilt finished. Then I had 2 table toppers for something. And like for the studio, Quilts for Survivors studio. But I didn't finish it because I was like doing some cute stuff on it, and I was like, I had to go do something. I didn't think it would take that long, so I left it. I can do it next week. If somebody comes in, there's 2 other long arms, so they'll be able to use those. Okay, so these are done. So we're gonna lift our foot, lift our needle, cut. I don't normally do this. I will have some bonus blocks now, so I won't have to cut it. Okay, so you all have 8. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do this one at a time, just so that we don't get too confused. And there's actually 2 steps to this, to these blocks. So we have one more step. These are not done. So that's why we need to stop. And do this. Okay. Push those all the way. Start for the next step. Okay. So now we're going to cut these off. And you can keep these pieces that you cut off, or you don't have to. I keep them if they're bigger than 2.5, the piece that I add. So you're going to put, what I do is I put my ruler on my stitch line at the 1/4 inch. My 1/4 inch is right on the stitch line, and then I trim off. You could use scissors, but because I'm keeping them, I like to do it this way. You don't have to keep these. They're not for anything. I just keep them for my own self. Okay. Then I'll use them as leaders and enders in my work, and I don't have to cut my thread. You okay? All right. Did you put your stuff in the garbage? Perfect. How was your milk? So now we're going to press these, okay, just so that they're not in the way. The directions say to press towards the corner. So we're going to do that. So set your seams and roll it back. These are really pretty colors. I love this bright green with this pink. course, whatever colors you picked, I'm sure you're loving it. I hope you're loving it. I hope you didn't pick some random colors and were pretty upset about it. I hope they look nice too. All right, the picture has pinks and greens, so I kind of went with that. I didn't really stray too far from that. I think, yeah, I don't think I strayed too. All right, so now you have these cute units that look like this. So you'll have 8 of them, 4 of each if you change your colors for each block, but you'll have 8. So we're not finished with these yet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take an L background. So whatever background you picked, your L's, okay? And we're going to take them and we're going to stick them in the upper right corner. You can draw your line from corner to corner. We're going to stick it up there. And then we're going to stitch from the upper, the same way we did the bottom piece. We're going to stitch from the upper left to the lower right. Again, neither of these pieces are in the corner. You can see neither of them are right in the corner. So we can just sew from either direction, whichever one is easier for you. I wish I could have put a leader on here, but anyway. So you can take all of your pieces. There's a couple ways you can do this. I've been doing just one piece at a time, but you can also take all your pieces, lay them out. If you have room, sometimes we're limited by the space that we have. You can take all your pieces and lay your little piece on here. You can pin them. Again, I don't draw my lines normally unless they're really big, or I'm worried that they're not going to be very accurate for one reason or another. Or if you don't have the space to lay them all out, you can just match them up one at a time. It's totally personal preference. I didn't check my bobbin before I started, so I'll probably have to change it, but I have one ready to go, so should be good. I usually check my bobbin before I start. Okay. And this one doesn't beep at me, so I'm gonna run out when it runs out. And shift it just a bit. So last night, I didn't come live, did I? I don't think so. Oh no, I did. I did come live. No, that was the night before. I don't think I did. I was at, no, I don't think I did. I was at a class. There was a class at the studio. I didn't have to teach it. I just helped. We were making ribbon skirts, and that was fun. So I was there to answer questions about sewing and sewing machine and studio and what we do. And we were working help project, so it was fun. Oh my God, it's all right. So those are done. All 8 of them are done. That was a little faster. I think because they were smaller. Then I'm going to, I just did a bonus block, so the little pieces I cut off, I sewed onto there. This piece here, this is, what letter is this? L. This is too small. I don't know if I'll keep it because it's not 2.5. I usually just keep them if they're 2.5. It's only, yeah, I might. I should see. It would come out a little smaller than, oh, I should cut them. There's one. Okay, so let's trim these and we'll press them. So trim, I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I don't think I'm going to keep that. That's just. Okay. So I'm going to toss them. Cutting off that piece, just making sure that when you do this, you're cutting off a corner. If it feels like you're cutting it weird, you might be. You might have made a booby. Then we're going to press towards the corner, it says. There's little arrows in the instructions. and it tells you what to do. And again, in the front of the book, there is instructions on the method. So if she says you're going to make flying geese, she has the instructions there. All right. Don't see anything there. So if you haven't been here before, this is what we're working on, block 8. Okay, Flower Farm Sampler block 8. It'll be unfinished at 16.5 inches square. And I'm making 2 of them for the sampler book. I have changed a couple pieces of the color on particular block. They do say just to make them the same. You do whatever works for you. And then these will be done, and we'll check the size. What does it say? They should be, okay. Well, that's not, is that a weird size? Is it a quarter? I think it's a quarter. To 3/4, okay. So 3/4. It's a full size and then 3/4. Okay. I think this is, no, that's not a big enough ruler. Why? I'll use this one. No, that's not big enough because I'm just gonna use this one. 6.5. Okay. I just want to check and make sure that they're not too wonky. They don't look bad, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Oh yeah, there's that. And there's that. And we could cut it just a bit. Sometimes it helps if you do trim it up a little bit. I did not cut very good there. Okay. I think this one might have been a little wonky too. So we're gonna go, have to remember that don't stop at the half. Wasn't really much to cut off. Okay. Let's see. 3/4. That's fine. I don't think any of them are really. This one might be slightly wonky. Let me push that up there. Let's move it down a little bit more. It's harder with a smaller mat. I need like a mat, like 2 of these mats. Here. Corner. Just ever so slightly. Okay. Not so bad. That looks pretty good. That looks fine. This one might need a bit of a trimming. Oops. There we go. Just a little bit right there, that little bit. Okay. So now these are done. Now make sure, hello, Vanessa, make sure you put all your pieces together. Okay, so that's our first unit. You're going to make 8 of them. If you've changed up your colors for your different blocks, the 2 different blocks, then you're going to make 4 of one and 4 of the other. Okay, we're going to set those aside. So those are done. Now this is in step 4. This, I can't show you everything. So let me grab something here. And it's not my pattern, right? So what you need to do is in this in block 4 here, I hope you can see that. Just make sure that your stripes are going the opposite way than they went the last time. So check, follow the stripes for the rest of it. This first one here is an error. I hope you can see that. Okay, so this first one here, see how it's white and then pink? It really needs to be pink and then white. So make sure that you do it that way. Okay, clear as mud, I'm sure. At first, when someone said, hey, there's a little error, I was like, I don't see it. And then I had to look a couple of times. And then I see it. Okay. All right, so you're going to take your other blocks and you're going, this is how we sewed them last time. The white on the left, the color on the right, or the background. Now you're going to want to sew background first, or sorry, scratch that. What you're going to want to do is your color and then your background. So your color on the left and your background on the right. So the opposite of what you did last time for that strip piece, okay? Otherwise, have a little bit of a boo-boo. We're going to do the same thing, similar thing, where we're going to put our A piece at the bottom, but this time we're going to stitch from the upper right to the lower left, upper right to lower left, and you're going to do that to all 8 of them. 4 for one block, 4 for the other. So for that one, look at make sure that you have your color on and your background, whatever color that is, on the right. Okay. And then from the right, stitch from the upper right corner to the lower left corner. So great stitching going down. Then we're going to do the other one, the other 4, because I have 2 different colors. I'm going to do them the same. Just lining it up, making sure it's nice and straight. In the corners and on the sides. Okay. Just trying to be as accurate as I can. Now you can draw the line. It does say to draw the line. I, again, choose not to. So if that's confusing you, I apologize. So stitching it this way. So again, we want it to be the opposite of what we just did. And this still makes that corner unit. It takes 4 different pieces, 3 units and 1 square to make this corner unit. But it'll be fun. It's going to be really pretty. So they kind of look like they're flowers. It's called Flower Farm Santa. But they kind of are a take on a star block. But if you snowball those corners on some of the stars, they look like flowers. So now that I have these little bonus blocks, these little cutoffs, I can sew those. I don't have to cut my thread. Just leave it there. Needle down. I have to turn my needle down. On my other machine, I can set it so that my needle is down when I stop. This one doesn't do that. Okay, so we have these done. We're going to trim and press because we have to do the other corner. My little basket isn't on here, it's over there. The other day I was pressing all of those. So you can, the best thing to do before you cut anything is to double check and make sure that you want your block to look how it looks at the end. Oh, way over right there. That's what you want it to look like when you flip your thing over. So that's a good way to check. Once you cut it, you're sort of stuck with it. I guess, sorry. That's what you want it to look like, the second one. We haven't put the upper white yet. Okay, hope I'm not confusing everybody. You have the book, so you'll be able to see it. And if you don't have the book, it's a good investment because it's 18 different blocks, and you can do, I mean, with the things that you can do with one block thing, but you can do with 18 blocks. Oops, messing them up now. All right. Oh, on a happy note, some of you, maybe many of you, will have no idea what I'm talking about. I know Laura will know what I'm talking about. I laid out, the design wall was empty. The other design wall is not finished, but the design wall was empty. And I was able to put up the volunteer blocks, the house blocks that everyone was making. I finally got those laid out. Finally. It just took a long time because I didn't want to put it on a portable design wall, and then I needed to lay it out because I didn't want to just start sewing random blocks together. And then I have a couple of them to trim. Some of them are a little big, seem a little bigger than the other ones, so I just want to make sure. And then I'm going to sew it together. And then I just laid them out, tried not to put, if that house had a red roof, I try not to put another red fabric next to it, especially a red roof. A lot of people made red roofs. And it's great. And the nice thing is that it's perfect. It's equal. I don't have to make another block or fill it in. It seems like it's equal. It's really, really looks really nice. So I'm very pleased. So, and then I left it up on the design wall in case anyone wants to move any of the blocks around, because Ken was moving a few. He's like, you should move this one and that one. And I'm like, just move it. Don't tell me I should move it. Just move it to make it easier for me. So there's our unit so far. We have one more step. We're going to sew our background square in the upper left corner, and we're going to stitch from corner to corner, the same angle that we just did. And it doesn't matter if you sew from this angle, from this side, or this side, because neither of them are in the corner. You could actually sew these on before you press and trim this, but I think it's easier to just do it and then that's done. I think that's fine. It's completely up to you how you want to work that. Okay, so you do what works for you. I'm going to just keep sewing here. I'm used to this huge petal, and this one is just a little one. Just a little one. So still just me and Joe. Me and my youngest hanging out. She's been coming to work with me. She doesn't really like it. She kind of likes it, but after about 6 hours, she's done. So I said, I'm done. 8 hours is a long day for most people. And she comes home and she can take a nap and rest and play and doing well. Everyone's doing well. But this morning before we went to work, we were able to bring a bunch of stuff to the camper and just leave it in there. It's so awesome. So good. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now we're going to do a bonus block. Again, these are just the cutoffs. Well, the larger cutoffs. I'm not using the smaller ones. Oh. How many did I not sew together? Oh no, how many did I not sew together? How many are just out there? Okay, hang on. I ran out of bobbin. Crisis, just kidding. Not so bad. Okay. So these, I didn't sew very many of them. I have to resew a whole bunch of them. Even this one. Okay. So I ran out of bobbin. Oops. This is really easy to clean because there's nothing there. Okay. Open that up. Just a second here. It's not opening up. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. Come on out. Okay. I'm going to have a bobbin ready to go. I didn't even notice. I was so busy sewing them. I bet you I sewed them all perfectly too, but now they're not perfectly. Okay. All good. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm going to stick that in there. Go there one way. There we go. Okay. Should be good. Okay, so we're going to sew. Oh, I'll sew this one. I didn't sew. A bonus block. Just it helps to make sure that my thread comes up properly. Yeah, it's coming up fine. Cut off this long thread there. Okay. let's just keep going. Let's re-sew all of these with thread this time. I'm not used to this happening because the machines I use have a bobbin. Well, I've been using the industrial machine at studio, and that one doesn't have a bobbin winder either. But they have really big bobbins on that. So they last a really long time. And it's so fast, it's quite fun. All right, I got, oh, these ones are done. Okay. So now we're done those again. Oops. That didn't go under the. There we go. These will be really neat pieces because they have 3 colors in. They'll be really cute half square triangle. So that's what you get. You just get a little hint of the pink. Just a small hint. I don't even know if you'll notice it when it's all sewn together. Couldn't tell you. All right. Trimming away here. Now these I cut with scissors because I'm not keeping them. But I guess it doesn't matter. That's a rotary cutter. I cut with scissors. I'm not keeping those. I don't cut very straight with scissors. That's why if I'm going to keep it, I don't normally use scissors. So cutting in a 1/4 inch away or approximately that. And then we're going to press these, and then these are done. And we're going to put all of our pieces together. Yes. All right, so let's go over to the iron. Put those here to sew together. And these ones we're going to press out as well, out towards that corner. Okay, I think this one I need to check. Make sure that one is actually the right size. That one looks a little bit rough. The other ones look fine. I figure if they're, that one might be trimming. If they cover what used to be there, then they should be, they're pretty close. That one might need a trim too. I'm going to actually trim it though over at the bigger cutting mat. Because that mat's just too short. It was a little weird to try to cut there. Oh, yeah, you have to smooch off of that one. Was it this one? Another cut? It's an odd size. Those are fine. Those are fine. This one maybe is pretty close. I trim at most of my blocks. Or at least make sure. When I was first starting out, I was not very accurate. It took me years to really get good. To really, get my accuracy down pat. And a lot of it had to do with what I thought my machine was not. And when I learned how to determine how to like measured it and figured out where my 1/4 inch was, but then my blocks started coming out very much more accurate. They came up clear. Anyways, they came out so much better. Okay, so there is our. This is the opposite way of the other units that we made. All right. I hope everyone got their blocks done successfully or are getting their blocks done successfully. Let's push that out of the way. I have an extra A. I don't know why. Okay, so those are the same colors and those are the same color. Okay, so we're going to lay this out, and this is going to come to a really weird size 7. 7 and not a whole 7. Okay. The doctor did say I do need bifocals, but I don't need them if I don't want them. He said, just go check the glasses to look. So it's a little weird for me, but I didn't get it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 4 of these units, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4, those 4 corner units. I'm only doing this because I have 2 different colors. And I don't want to match them up incorrectly. So that's why I have 2 design boards, one for one block, one for the other, because I switched colors. Okay? I probably wouldn't be doing this if I didn't switch colors. Okay. So the one color, this first, is that the first unit we made? No, that's this. Yeah, that's the first unit we made. It's going to go on the right of this block. The second unit that we made is going to go at the bottom. So you want the greens touching the green square from the other unit, okay? So that's how we want those. And then there's a color here. And that color is H. 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 So 2, 4. Okay, H. Where do we use H again? Oh, H is the center. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do that again. I'm just gonna use my other colors. So down here, because you want the green to touch the green. Green to touch the green. In my case, my green, it's green. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now we're going to sew all these together. It's kind of like a funky 4-pack. So let's sew those together. I think they're going to look really pretty. I like that. Okay, so we're going to sew these together. And then we'll do it like we're going to do these 2 and these 2, and then we're going to sew those together. Lovely. All right. So not too difficult, just a straight line, 1/4 inch all the way down. And I do have diagonal seam tape on my featherweight. I have it on all my machines. I love it. I absolutely love it. When it wears off, I just stick some more back on. So I'm doing, you can do all 8 of them at the same time, or you can do 4 and 4. I'm doing 4 and 4 because I have 2 different colors. Why? If they were all the same, I wouldn't have separated. That's why I don't accidentally sew a light with a dark of the pinks, because that's what I changed. Going forward, oh no, I still have pink. Still have things to add, so. Keeping them separate. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. I think it's going to be a cute block. Now, I know if you looked at block 9, you might be a little worried. Actually, I think it's going to be, I think it's easier than this one. But I do like a good Ohio, it looks like an Ohio star. I do like, and I'll see if I have to look at the instructions and see if she sewed it the way that I like to sew it. Let's see. So those are done. Now we can either sew. I'm going to go to the second block. We can either sew a bonus block or simply cut our thread. I'm going to sew my block and then cut my thread. And then just stick all of those pieces together on that other design board. Okay. Now you can sew these 2 and then these 2, or you can just sew all the uppers and then all the lowers. It's up to you how you wish to do it. I'm going to press them anyway, so I think it's easier just to press them cut the threads and press them. Just because I want to make sure that they're nice and flat. So I'll take them with the iron. So one thread. This is going together very nicely. So I didn't take a lot of busy prints this time. I have 2 prints actually. But I think this really busy print makes up for all the lack of prints in my block this time. But some of my blocks don't have any solid in them at all, or very little, maybe just the background. So I'm gonna put that up there. Okay, then for nesting purposes, we want to press the 2 top pieces to the right and the 2 the bottom pieces to the left. So text 1 to the right and 1 to the left. And that's usually how you do it, or sometimes they'll have you press them open. I don't press anything. Okay, so we're gonna take these over to the pressing menu. So we're going to, I'm gonna lay these down. The board over there, and then cut these apart. Oops. There we go. So press these. So the top pieces go to the right. Let's move a bit funky. I don't know. I've been playing with the tension on my machine. I'm not sure why sometimes it gets wrinkled. I don't know. If you have any answers to that about why maybe your threads kind of curve together, it only does it on this machine. So I'm not sure. Now, wait a minute. I'm pressing these towards this longer piece. That's nice and pressed. Oh my gosh, these look so good. Okay, I'm glad I pressed them. And I often will press when I'm using my, oh, I should take one. When I'm using my feather weight, because it gets kind of wrinkled, kind of crinkled. Press it this way, this way. There we go. And I'm going to press it this way. Oops, this way. Come on. I know you want to go that way. Come on. There we go. There is. It's just very, not much left. A little bit. Okay. There we go. The ones are ready to go. So you're going to press these ones here to this piece and then this one to this piece. I guess always pressing towards that green in whatever color yours is. I'm going to say green because that's what mine is. Then we'll sew these together. Now we're going to do the other part. It's a little bit finicky. I think that's the part. It's a little finicky tonight. There's a lot of little extra steps. Like you're not just doing something simple. You're making something and then you're adding more and more. And it's not just as simple as we want it to be. I mean, my stitches look really. My stitches look good. I don't know what wrinkles like that. Maybe I have it threaded wrong. I don't think so. I don't know. Not sure. Oh, this isn't. Oh, that could be why. Just seeing that was out. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I'm not going to check if these pieces are the right size. They give you, do they give you the size? No, they do not. They don't give you anything to measure these if you want to check if they're right. And I personally wouldn't check them anyway. I would check the unit after both pieces are together to make sure that those make sense. We can do that after you stitch them together or before you add them to the name block. It's up to you when you want to do that. I would only do it if I felt that they were really wonky. Like, you know, where the piece is like sticking way out. Or something wasn't matching up. But my things, my points here, this and these are all matching up almost perfectly. Almost, they're like super accurate. And I'm so impressed with myself this evening. Because that is not a norm for me. Okay. All right. Now let's sew these babies together. Okay, so flip them over. And because we pressed one way and one the other, these seams, these two seams here, there's only two seams, should line up, should nest really well. Stay, why is it not? No, that is so, oh, maybe it needs to go. Maybe that's where that bottom. I'm gonna see if doing that actually helps. If anyway, shades people. I doubt that it will, but what the if it keeps it from getting wrinkly, oh maybe. Maybe. All righty. So again, stitching. This one. Okay, that looks awesome. Okay. That looks okay. Oh, I have another one to do. What am I doing? I have another one to do. I'm not just leaving one. Now these are falling down here. They should go out that way so that they're not pulling on my other pieces. I am loving the choices of fabrics that I picked. So I printed my Moda Blockheads, whatever block we're on, the one for this week, the one that came out today for Moda Blockhead 6. I printed it, forgot it at work. So I will either have to reprint it or make it next week. I don't even remember what it was. Oh shoot. Did it great? Yes, it did great. Okay. I have to rethread my Moda Blockheads. Might be too much tension on there. And this one, this is it's all there. There we go. Okay. Bear with me while I rethread this needle. I need to see it. I don't even know. Oh, actually, I think that's the fastest I've ever threaded that needle. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, pretty lady. So good. So this machine, I was told that all machines should have a name, and I've named all my machines. One at work. Maybe I think it's named the embroidery machine that I use. Its name is Resilience. We also have named all our long arms, and my regular machine is called Helen after my grandmother. I really miss her. She died when I was young. I was very young. I was 16, I think. 16 or 17. I wasn't very old anyways. She never got to meet any of my kids. She got to meet some of her great grandkids, but she never met her great grandkids. I don't have any grandkids yet, but and she never got to meet my kids. But I really enjoyed her. Some people said she was, a cranky lady. I didn't find her to be cranky. Some people were scared of her. So she was just really, she just said what she thought. She didn't sugarcoat it. Anyway, that's what my other machine is called. This one I named after the lady who taught me how to quilt when I was 9 years old. So 30, oh my gosh, 36 years ago. And her name was Armand Damaris. And she lived next door to us in Kosher. And she was just a fun. She was a French lady. And she didn't want to teach me to quilt. I asked her, I said, oh, can you teach me how to do that? I would love to make what you made. And she said, no. She said, you're not going to stick with it. You're not going to stick with it. She said, you're going to give up. My granddaughters didn't stick with it. They gave up, got bored. And while I'm still sewing, Armand. I hope as you look down from the spirit world, I hope what you see brings you joy. Because I have never stopped quilting. Not fully. I have taken breaks or when I wasn't in a position where I could sew all the time, make things all the time. And I just didn't have the funds to do it. I had to pay rent. I had to feed my kids. I was at a minimum wage paying job. And back then, minimum wage was like $8. Yes, everything else was cheaper. My rent, I had a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. And it was $650 or $625 a month, which is really cheap compared to what it is now. I'm sure that apartment is at least double. The apartment's still there. We were there for we had a couple of Christmases there. Then we moved to a townhouse. And then we bought this place and we've been here for like 15 years or something. Crazy. I like this house. I enjoy being here. I bought this house just with the 3 kids. And then my ex moved in and moved out. All right. So now I have 8 of these beautiful corner blocks. They look kind of like a flower petal type thing or a flower that's not completely open. And I think it looks really cute. Look at how pretty that is. That's really cool. And I love the colors. And this center is really fun. Now the center changes, so it gets a little darker. But that corner there really matches them. I think they look great. So we're going to take those aside because we don't need to do anything with them. Now we're going to make a square and a square, or a square and a rectangle unit. And then that's number 6. Number 6 is a square in a rectangle unit. We've made these before. What happens is your top block is a different size than your bottom. So let me see what I need. I need L's, which we just used. That's these ones. So we need L's as your background square. You need your B's. These. All of mine are the same, so I'm going to make 8 identical because I haven't changed any colors in this particular, or sorry, all of my B's are the same. I haven't changed them out. They are a rectangle. And they go, they should be 3. So they go, they're a rectangle, so they go like rectangular. Okay, so this is an odd size. And then you need your G. Now my G's are different colors. So I have the dark and the light pink. And then I have this doesn't change and the background hasn't changed. So if you're wondering what we're up to, cute. Okay. Yes, it is very cute. I think they're gonna look great. I can't wait to see all of yours. So don't forget, you can text me a picture or message me a picture. I love to see, what everyone's working on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. So now we're making a square in a rectangle. So it is an odd size. Okay. So you're just gonna start, you're gonna do opposite ends. So you're gonna do, I'm gonna focus on one color first. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you're making 8, make 8, okay? So I know that I need 4 for this unit. So I'm gonna sew these in this corner, 4 of them. And I'm gonna sew from side to side. Yes. There are instructions for that on page 11. If you need the instructions, if you look in the book, there are no instructions there on how to do these. You have to go to the page where she shows you them. Okay? Oops. That one went right on the floor. Okay. Jose, can you please put on your pajamas? Pajamas! Thank you. We gotta go to the camper. The camper, they cleaned it all. It smells so good when we dropped off the items. And then we're excited. So it's nice and clean, and they were washing it. So very exciting. He's supposed to leave at 7 in the morning to start driving over there. So I'm excited about that. I think I looked this up. Okay, so that's one piece for one block. Now, because I changed my colors, I need to take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, please note, you will not use all of your G fabrics in this particular block. You also need them for the next block. So you're not going to use them all. I can't see what that says. Mine looks like dog. Aw, with a mess up and replace. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. How's life?
Good.
Okay, yes.
My bunny's taking a nap.
Oh,
She didn't look cozy enough, so I put her on a chair so she was cozier.
what chair? The big chair?
No,
Oh,
not the rocking chair.
you put her on the rocking chair?
No.
Oh, the other one where I used it. Oh, that's nice. Now she looks cozy. Don't forget to put her yellow bed by the door.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And then is your bag of toys by the door?
No, next to the couch.
Let's go. I guess.
Put them in the porch, so then we know where they go.
Okay, and then you need to take your suitcase. Is it up too high or is it low?
It's next to my door. I know where it is.
Okay, so you need to bring a change of clothes, pajamas, underwear, bathing suit. Maybe 2 change. Bring pants and a sweater.
And
Shorts?
some shorts and be not probably.
Yeah, and then bring a bathing suit.
Yeah.
Towels are already at the camper.
Okay.
So bathing suit. What did I say?
Bathing suit. Change your clothes.
For hot, change of clothes. For cold,
Yeah.
your sweater.
Yeah.
Not your Hello Kitty sweater, because it'll end up smelling like wood smoke. Bring something else.
My uniform one.
Sure. And make sure you have socks.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Maybe I could bring my running shoes.
You can bring both Crocs and runners.
I'm going to take.
Okay. That's a lot of information there, kids. Okay. Ooh. I know. Rocking chairs are the best. Yes, we have a rocking chair recliner. It's hard to get a good rocking chair nowadays. I don't know. Okay, so those are done. So I'm gonna sew one of these bonus blocks. And now we're gonna do with these particular square and a square or the square and a rectangle, which is what we're doing right now.
I did not steal this. I just
No, it's fine. I said you can have it. You need to do opposite corners. Go and do all that I asked, please. Well, how would you change in here, darling?
no one will see.
No, I see you. Okay, so now we're going to. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so now we've got these done. So we've done this one. We're going to do the opposite
Wait.
corner because you can't do side by side until you pressed and trimmed. So we're going to do opposite corners and we're going to stitch down. Now this is bigger than that one. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay.
I look so cute when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I think so.
I put this.
You don't have to bring a pillow like block pillows for the blocking.
Yeah.
Unless you want to bring your tiny one that you want.
Yeah, maybe a tiny one.
And then whatever quilts you want for your bunk bed there. Okay.
So this is on YouTube,
Yeah.
and this is on.
TikTok. Yeah. Say hello.
Hello. And hello.
They can't see your face there, but they can see your hair.
Hello. Both of them. Look. Hello. That's weird.
Yeah, you're funny.
Now I go put my.
You're supposed to bring your toothbrush and toothpaste from when you were camping. I don't know, wherever you left it. Oh, I don't know. Well, if you don't put your stuff away, you can't find your stuff.
No, it was under like a toy thing. I was born.
Okay, put your quilts that you want to bring downstairs too. But you don't need all the blankets to go to sleep. I got a little lost in what I was doing. Of course. Okay, so bonus block. Now we have to trim these and press these before we can sew the other one. So just watch the pictures, go slow, draw your lines, check before you trim to make sure that you're doing it correctly. You don't need to bring them.
Why?
That's good. We're not doing any traditional things.
No.
Just go and get your stuff ready. Now that's enough. I don't need to know everything about everything. Good. If it's faster, just you're gonna cut both off and then we'll go press both. I'm using scissors because I'm not keeping these and it's faster. It's not always as accurate, but it's just the seam's already sewn. No one should open my quilt and measure my seams.
Everyone.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Some of them Michael quilted, but I made them.
Like the unicorn one.
Yeah. I quilted that one though. I made it.
Yeah, you quilt the rest.
I think you only quilted one of yours.
Yeah.
You might have quilted your pumpkin one too, though. Yeah.
Well, he did it. He's not very good at it.
Yeah, he is, but I don't know why. Well, he doesn't want to be able to.
This Michael.
Ah, well. Okay, so I'm just pressing these out. I'm sure that's what you do anyways. I didn't check There come arrows. It doesn't say. Oh, I guess the arrows would be on page 11. So let's see what page 11 says. That's square and square unit. Stitch and flip flying piece. Maybe it's page 12. Yeah, looks like it's stitch and flip rectangle. Whatever. Okay, that's all fine. Okie dokie. You got everything?
Yeah.
Bathing suit?
Yeah.
Warm clothes?
Yeah.
Socks?
Yeah.
Other pajamas?
Yeah.
Shorts? Shirts? Sweater? Okay. I don't know about you, but when we go camping, oh, Missy says hi. Missy? I don't trim these up when I do this. I leave them like this and trim them all at the end. When I go camping, I find that we always bring too much clothes, too much stuff, too much food. Like always too much stuff. Like every time. I don't even know what to say. Every time. Too much. So now I've separated these because I don't want to put the color in the wrong space. So I'm going to do the color first. And again, we're not going to use all of these G squares because we need them for the next block as well, for the square and square. So they're for this square and a rectangle and square and a square. Okay? So we are going to, oops, where's my petal here? I think my regular petal is twice the size of this featherweight petal. And sewing down. But that's how I find when we go camping, always packing too much. I know it's hard to sew and comment. Okay, this side as well. Stitch, stitch. Okay, then we're going to do the other one with the other color. Make sure you do them at the bottom because it's a rectangle, so we're going to keep it the right size. So make sure that you're not messing up. You really shouldn't be. If you're sewing over the white, over your background, then you'll make it. Well, I guess you sort of do. Well, just be mindful. I'm really slow. I feel like I said that really messed up, but just be mindful of how you're sewing everything. So everything lines up really, really nicely. Okay. So it's still stitching down. There you go. And this one. Okay, then our bonus block, or however you do it. Sometimes my bonus block is not just a scrap, like not just cut off. Sometimes it's actually a block for another quilt. I try not to do that though when I'm teaching, like when we're sewing together, so that I don't confuse everybody. Okay, so those are done. Now, they don't touch the other part, so we can just sew these. I'm just going to add that white piece. Or background square, sorry, I should call them white because you might not be using white. You could be using, well, really any color, cream, any color. Your background does not have to be white.
You know the cup on that tiny table?
Did you break it? Okay.
I threw it in the garbage.
Okay, now there's glass on the floor.
I picked it up.
Okay, go over by the cat tree in the front porch. There's a small vacuum cleaner. Hold down the on button and then vacuum around there. I don't want you to get, and put your slippers on. I want you to get glass in your feet.
Okay.
Go do it.
I put Bunny on the chair so she should get
Okay. Thank you. I'll come and check it after. Just try to stay away from that area. Put your slippers on though. Got them in a good fold on her slippers. She'll be okay. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. It's fine. Stupid glass cup. These are empty, so these are not sleeping on the floor. Okay. Okay. What? It's on the cat tree in the porch. It's funny. I remember saying to my ex-husband, well, my ex-husband, her dad, saying it's on, it's in the third cabinet next to the pink something. Like, I was very specific. It's on the third shelf next to the pink container, blah, blah. I can't find it. I said, what did I say? Third cabinet over, third shelf next to it is this. Yeah. Exactly. And then when he was still living with us when we did the renos in the kitchen. And when I had put everything away, I was kind of planning because I knew how many cupboards I would have. And I love to plan. So I was planning where I was going to put it. Just hold the button. Josie, just hold the button down. The button you turn it on with. Just hold it down until it turns on.
Oh, Bunny's scared of it.
I'm scared of everything. Go. Put it back. Thank you. Anyways. And he was like, where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Where's that? And I'm like, dude, just look at the covers. Look, you're not going to learn anything. You don't look in the cupboard. Just go look and see. And I forgot to trim it. And I guess he didn't want to do that. But then he left, so he didn't have to do anything once. And I think I kept most of it the same way that I've always had it. Like the pots are still in the same. Trying to think if I've changed anything. I changed where the toaster is because I leave my toaster out all the time. I don't really face having to put it in the cupboard. And it doesn't I have enough space that I can leave. And my mixer's out all the time. My mixer's out because it's too big. I don't have a big enough cupboard. Maybe I have to stick it above the fridge. But anyways, we would get less dusty. Might be hard to take out. I don't know. I don't have a big enough cupboard for that. And I moved some of my special dishes out of the way. So now we're going to check what size this is supposed to be. Okay, it should be good. So I will check these once I trim and press. Quarter inch. I will, and I'm not keeping any of these simply because they're small, they're not that big. And I just can't be bothered, I guess. They're not that big. None of them are 2.5 inches added on. And that's usually kind of my go-to size for that. Oh, they look cute. So because they're a rectangle, they're really white at the top and then really less color at the bottom. I think my sinuses are acting up today. I just feel really new. But I had a good week. I'm off tomorrow. I took the day off because our camper's going on. So exciting. Very excited about that. It's about freaking time. Okay, so now these need to be trimmed. I'm going to grab like 3.5. Grab my 3.5 inch ruler. So I can sew these up. Okay, so we still have. Oh, we need these. I have some extra ones, I think. I think I might have cut extra L's. Yeah, I think I did, but I still have G's and I still have, G squares. So we do need those. So don't worry if you have some left, you still need them. All right, so we're gonna cut these and square them up. Okay, so they're gonna be much stuff. Oof. Feeling a little bit like there's just too much stuff. Okay, so they're gonna be what they're gonna be. So these I'm gonna trim. Trim. Make sure they're nice and even. Making sure that they look great. Okay, and then I'm going to put them with the color. I'm just gonna set them. No, I need to add these to something else. Okay, never mind. We have to go with the next unit, so I don't want to store them away. Just rip off the bottom. Mm. Okay. This is going okay. It's a little bit, they're not that bad. They're not perfect. I mean, I'd rather cut off a little bit than not have a little bit. So it's really in there, and it's just right. This is, I don't know what she's doing down there. Get this. I mean, she's okay. She's watching her show. It's almost her bedtime. Oh, we had watermelon today. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And some strawberries. They were very good too. It was really nice. She had been asking for strawberries. And then, oh, I think that one was done. I don't think I cut these ones. I don't know now. Now I don't know if I cut them all or not. Oh no, I have. Okay. She'd been asking for strawberries. And then, what was I gonna say? I had cut the watermelon. It was like a quarter of a watermelon. I had cut it all up, and then I looked at her and I went, "Did you eat all that watermelon?" Like, holy man! She goes, "Oh, I did." And then Kendrick, one of the staff, he goes, "I ate four." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I thought if she ate like, I don't know, 8 pieces by herself. I thought, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "I ate some, but I didn't eat that many." Okay, so now, so that was the square and a rectangle. Hi, bunny. Now we're gonna make square and a square. Hi, baby girl. You're trying to stare at me? Hello. Okay, so we're gonna take our H. So the same print. We've used this before. So the rest of our H's, we're gonna take those. We are so close to being done. This is our last piece unit, and then the other. Then we'll just sew this unit to these units, and then we'll sew it all together. We'll be done. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, so you're gonna take your H units, and you're gonna put. I got camera mount. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 4. In my case, 1, 2. 1, 2. Am I missing one? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Aha. Okay. 4 and 4. Because I have the 2 colors. So the bottom, no. Hang on a sec. The top is getting the color. The bottom is getting a different color. E. Oh, my E is a funky green color with a bit of a print. So I don't have a lot of print, but I have a bit of a print. So we're going to do, again, you have to do opposite corners. You can't sew all of these at the same time. They overlap. So we're going to do opposite corners. So the top of your square and a square is going to be your G, whatever color you've been using. And then your bottom will be your E, which is bringing in a new color, whatever color you've chosen for that. Okay. Oh, I keep wanting to grab that. That's not the one I want to grab. Okay. You will have to trim and press if you can sew opposite corners. So let's do these ones now with this pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't done any. Okay. And just going across. And again, these instructions are on page 10. It just shows you the block there where to put the pieces. The instructions aren't there, which is nice. Instead of rewriting them out 100 times, you don't have to look at them if you choose not to. Well, that's kind of okay. And then this one. Just that way. Okay, so now we're going to do a bonus block here. Again, I won't be keeping this cut off. So now we're going to sew opposite corner with the green. Well, in my case, green. This is the E. The E fabric. No. Yes. Yes, the E fabric. Goes in the opposite corner. Okay. If you have directional fabric, you're just going to want to pay attention. Be mindful of that. I try not to use directional fabric. If I'm really, if I really care that it's needs, that the animal or something needs to be upright, I don't really like that. Unless it's easy, then I use it. Sometimes it's hard, especially with these. Because these go around the block or things are upside down or right side, So I don't like that. I try not to worry about it. I either don't care about the directional fabric or I don't use it. Do something else. So if I have to think too much, I may not do it. But I have done it where I've been very cautious of where it goes and how it goes into the thing. Okay, this is our last unit to make. Then we just have to sew this unit with that unit, and then we do our 9 patch and we're done. So we're getting there. This one was a little bit, had a little more stitch and flip corners, I think, than we normally have. And then I did sew part of them without a bobbin, so that slowed me down a little bit. But if you're ahead, or if you're right with me, or if you're a little, behind, it doesn't matter. Just don't give up. Keep making your block. Be kind to yourself. We all make mistakes. Just be kind. Remember to be kind. I'm gonna actually press these first, just so they're nice and flat when I go to trim them. Because sometimes they curve up a little bit on me. Let's do this. Now I'm going to make sure that I separate them because I do have those 2 different pinks. I want to make sure that I keep those pinks together. Everything else is the same. And I'm kind of glad I did that. I was going to change up some other pieces as well, but I didn't, and I didn't. I think it would have confused me too much. And I'm a little tired today, so I don't need that confusion. So set and press backwards. What are you up to now? Oh, for what? Right now? It's almost bedtime, love. I mean, I don't care if you're pointing, but it is almost. I'm just threw a clapper on there just to help keep them nice and flat. It really helps, I think. It's easier when having to hold your fingers there trying to press it, get it to press down. One more. So my little wool mat here, I don't know if I've said this before, has nothing underneath of it. You can buy wool mats that have a little, like, have something under it to protect. This has nothing, and all it's done is turn my desk here a little. This is from something else. I stuck something here and it pulled it up, but it's a little yellow there from the heat, but that's it. I mean, the mat's always there, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. All right. Oh, no, let's do the colors. Okay, so we separated the colors. We're gonna do these ones first, just to get rid of these, because they're right there. So now we're gonna do these in this corner. So making sure and we're gonna do opposite corners again. Now these are squares, so it doesn't matter. It's not where we had to be careful that we did it the right way. Doesn't matter if I put it here and here, unless it's directional fabric, then it would matter. But if it's just a funky fabric, an extra one, which is fine. Okay. It's a little bit straight. So tuck that in. Okay. Now we're gonna do this one. Again, stitching it across from corner to corner. Then we'll trim them at 1/4 inch away from the stitch line. And we'll just keep going. And then this unit goes with the previous unit we made. We sew them together according to the pattern. Then we sew all our pieces together and we are done. So what I usually do, oops, back here. If I sew one block together, then I sew the other block together. In case you have to go, at least you know what it looks like when it's done. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, I do have an extra one. Okay. Oh, I need a bonus block. Then we're gonna cut them apart. And so the E square in the corner, the only corner that's left. He doesn't get a choice. He has to go in that corner because it's the only corner that's left. All right. And they're super, super cute. That's it. I feel like I cut too many E's, I think. I cut too many. Yeah, I cut way too many. Is there somewhere else? Oh, we have to sew some. Okay. Yeah, I cut way too many E's. I was supposed to cut 16, but I think I cut like 30 and some. Oh well. I guess I can save them for something else. I cut way too many. Maybe I was thinking I had to cut 16 each or something. I cut way too many. Anyways, that's okay. Oh, good. I at least cut them the right size. I'd rather have more squares than not enough squares or cutting them the wrong size. One. I wish we gave Jill a shiny one. Too much. So Haven't really been doing anything that got her dirty. And kids don't get all stinky like we do. Normally. Anyways. It hasn't been very hot. It's been warm, but not very hot here. I just love the colors you chose. Thank you. So I'm using Tula Pink Roar. So this fabric's from Roar. This is not. This is from, I don't know where it's from. Maybe it's just a solid or something. Acts like a solid or something. Maybe no, it's not. I think it's and her solids. And then just a white background. Just orange cotton white. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just telling you what I'm using. I like Northcott fabrics. They're a good price. And they work. They're not too thin, and I don't find that they fray a lot. Okay, so we're gonna go press these, and then we need to trim them up and make sure that they're the size that we want in. Oh, I need to trim. Oh no, I'm not. I am gonna press and then trim. Find that that's a little easier with these little guys. And it sets all my seams already, so when I go to press them back, the seams are already set. So it makes it nice and easy. I am loving these colors. I don't know. I think I started with the solids. So I wanted to do, they did green and yellow, and I wanted to do kind of a green and yellow. Kind of. I don't know. What did I just do? I'm trying to see. This centerpiece is supposed to be yellow. It is, yeah. I did. That's how I started. Was they have their flower for this block. They have green and yellow, and I picked green and yellow. It's called a Snapdragon. Mine are more like neon-y. No, not neon. Vibrant maybe than theirs. Theirs are more pastel-y. I went a little bit more bold in my color choices, and then I just picked from there. So I did put pink where pink was, green where green was. And I think just my star is different. I don't know why did do it. Should I do it green? Yeah. And then the D was supposed to be like a mauve color. I'm doing this bright printed green, which is really fun. Okay, so I'm gonna use our clapper here. Get those to settle down a little bit. So if you've just joined, this is a sew along where you can sew at home if you have the book, and we just sew together. We laugh together when we make our little mistakes. I hope you're laughing. If you're making a little boo-boo, don't be hard on yourself. It's just fabric and thread. You can always cut new pieces and start over. It's not a big deal. So these have to be, these are a square, so they're even. And we're going to sew this to the other one with a D stripe at the bottom to make it a little thicker, I guess. Yeah. That makes the center of our flower. Okay. I can actually just leave that on there. I'm gonna leave those ones there. They're still not quite done. Okay. So now these, we're gonna square these to this size, whatever this size is. I can't tell you the size. And it's not my pattern. But the pattern, I think, is very easy. There's that one little arrow we talked about. But I think the pattern, other than that, and that's why they tell you to read through a pattern too. Read through a pattern, make sure that you know, so that you can catch if there's a little misprint or something funky. I bought this pattern on Etsy once. I'm not going to tell you which pattern or the designer. I couldn't tell you the designer even if I wanted to because I don't remember her name. But I bought a pattern and I gave her a very poor rating. And she's like, I'm wondering why it's a poor rating. And she kept asking me. And I'm like, because I had trouble reading the pattern. I had trouble following your pattern. That's why I gave you a low rating. Was there anything wrong with your pattern? No, the book, great. Oh, is that cutting? I don't know. I said, but I was not impressed with your pattern. I didn't like it. I felt like it was lacking. I don't think she was very happy with me, but I didn't understand your pattern. Maybe other people don't. I wasn't doing it to be mean. One little cut. I didn't know why I was making it. I just really wanted to make it. And then I ended up giving it to my neighbor because he had done that Appalachian Trail. He walked that. Oh my God, 5 months or something. He was gone. It's crazy. So I made that for him, and he was very surprised. He actually got it the day he got home. He had been done his walk for a little bit before he came home, and that's very cool. And his mom was pretty impressed that I did that. It had mountains and looked like a wilderness thing. But not something I'll ever make again. No, thank you. It's just too confusing. And then I bought a kit, but the kit didn't match the pattern. Like I'm using fabric that doesn't match the fabric, and I was like, so I did cut too many of those. So I have a couple extra pieces. I cut too many, but that's okay. Like I said, I didn't cut too many of those. I'd rather cut too many than not enough. So what they want you to do now is put these together, but we have to sew that D fabric on the bottom. So your D should match your E, and you're going to sew it down there. So I'm going to sew that first before I do anything else. And I'm going to sew it so that I can see. I don't want to lose my phone. It's on my random square. So I'm going to sew it with that strip piece on the bottom so that I can see where my square is square. And just adjust. I'm going to do it like a curve, kind of curve in and out just to make sure that I get that. It's going to be great. Okay. We are going to have such nice blocks when these are done. I'm getting excited. I have a bunch of blocks on that design wall. If you're on YouTube, you can see them on the camera for TikTok is a little small, but I still have up I still have up all of my Stash Buster blocks. They look really pretty. Well, the recent ones that I think I have one left that's cut. I'll have to cut some more. Okay. I'm gonna do another one. Okay. Two more. I have two more left. Why didn't I make any extra of these? I don't know what I was thinking with those E's. I guess I just got cut and crazy. Oh well, they look cute. Okay. There we go. And one more. Then we'll press these. No, actually, no, we don't need to press these. This one seems too long. What is the size of this block? Reader? Seems like it's too long. No, it's fine. This one's just a little short, I guess. This one here is just a little short. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to extra on both sides. I guess my block underneath is just a little short. Now make it work. Okay, so now I'm going to throw my bonus block. I'm not going to bother pressing them because these seams do not touch each other. And they're not in the way. If you want, you can press them. I'm just going to skip that part right now. I'll press everything at the end. Okay? You do you. All right. So now I'm going to separate my colors because I have two different colors here. So separating them, I'm going to get that out of the way. And then we're going to line these up and line these up. So we're going to sew these two together. And we're going to stitch 1/4 inch seam all the way down, trying to keep that our point, trying to match up our points and making sure that we don't lose them on each piece. Okay, so you're gonna do that. You can even do a scant 1/4 inch, just a slightly to the left 1/4 inch if you just to make sure everything lines up. So sweet. So sweet, so good. Excuse me. There. All right, so I've got 4 done, 4 more to go. I like it when the cleaners come on Thursdays. But then they come after my class. And then my sewing room was coming. It was nice and clean when I got in here. They had cleaned it up, vacuumed and washed the floors, and I don't think they dust in here. Bonus block. Oh, that's my last bonus block. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. There's my purple thing. Okay. Now we're gonna press both. Well, I'm going to press both pieces that need to be pressed. You may not need to do that. You may have already pressed yours. You may even be further ahead. Maybe you'll be done. Who knows? I am where I am, and I'm okay with that. They want you to press that seam open. No, thank you. That will not be happening. I'm going to press it to one side. And I haven't had any issues. Yes, it's slightly thicker, but it's not that bad. It really isn't. At least I haven't noticed it to be really poor, like just really difficult. I have not seen that. So I'm just pressing everything down, everything in direction. There we go. Long crest. So pretty. I love these colors. I love these colors. They go so nice together. This funky yellow color with these greens, with this. I like this print with all these different colors. I'm just loving it. It makes me very happy. I think that's the same color as that. Okay. So now let's get out our. I'm going to lay out one. You can check these. There's a measurement. You can check them if you need to. Mine look really good, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. So what you're going to do. Oh, I need my center. Okay. What you're going to do. Take your center block. I'm going to do one block at a time, so I don't mess up my colors. And you're going to take your blocks, your corner blocks, stick them in the corner. There's my center. You didn't have to do anything with that. That just stays as a cut piece of fabric. Now this piece has salvage in it. I wonder. I don't really like the way it looks. I didn't realize that there was salvage in it. Okay, I'm going to sew the other block, and I think I'm going to take that out. Oh, hang on. I need the design cord. I'm going to fix that. I don't really like it. You can see it too much. I thought I could hide it. I seen it when I sewed it, but I thought I could hide it, but it's not hidden. It's too, I feel like it stands out. So these little units go right to the square, all the way around. So I will fix that. Not today, but I will fix it. So you'll only get to see, well, maybe I'll fix it after. If I can find, I think I have some of this left still. That's the question. Do I want to take it apart? It's not that terrible. Do I want to take it apart? I'll have to comment your thoughts. Okay. Oh, these match up. Nice. Okay, I'm not too worried. Well, yeah. That would be great. Okay. So just sewing 1/4 inch seam, watching. Then we're gonna do this one. So we're sewing the Flower Farm sampler quilts from Shelley Cavanagh's book. And we're sewing block 8, which is the Snapdragons. And you do need the book if you're going to sew along. You need the pattern. If I can't share the pattern with you, it's not my pattern. I have no rights to that. And I'm just making, I wanted to make these blocks and other people wanted to make them with me, so that's how we started this sew along. And I don't always sew on my featherweight, but my other machine is at the spot. As I call it. It's getting a cleaning and getting everything checked to make sure that nothing needs to be replaced or whatever, extra love somewhere. This, I'm just going to decide if I'm going to fix that one or leave it. I guess I should fix it if it bothers me so much. And really, it's not very simple. There's a big white stripe, and it's like, why is there one white stripe? You can tell. So I'm gonna have to take it out. So I'm gonna have to use the seam ripper, even though I didn't want to today. So maybe that's why I'll leave it till another day. Be like, no. So you won't see both of my blocks today because I'm gonna rip that out. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm tired and I still have a few other little things to do tonight. So won't be today, but I will do it. I will fix it. Okay, oh, that looks really good. Let's press a little funky, but I'll have to just press that. This is all right. Well, we're gonna get one block together here, anyways. That. Ooh, it's looking very fancy. Very fancy. Okay. So I'm sewing on a 1946 featherweight tonight. She is actually the machine I bought for traveling and for my camper. I'm not going to bring her though because we're only going to the camper for I don't know, a day and a half. So we'll go out to the showcase on Friday at the camp at Camp Chickapeg. And I don't want to miss it because it's his first showcase. I wouldn't want him to be disappointed that we didn't show up. I feel like that would just be a bad mom. Press these in, that's what it says. So we have to drive home and then drive there. So that's 3.5 hours home. It's about half an hour, 45 minutes to where he is, and then and then we're gonna have to go back Saturday if he stays the extra night. If he comes back with us Friday, that's okay too. So I don't have to go back out there. I ain't gonna complain. I knew it. At least you didn't have to use Jack on step 4. Oh, hello. To Marie was wrong and still sewed one wrong. Oh, what? Oh, well, it's just one. It's been a day. Mention camper and he will come home Friday. But I can't even take them to the camper on Friday because they go to their dad's on Saturday. Now I could go Saturday night and go spend the night in the camper Saturday, Sunday, on Monday. Oh no, I have ribbon. I could come home Monday or leave there Monday morning or something. I could sneak away. But I'd have to leave after their dad picks them up, which would be really late Saturday. But I could be out there for a day and check his on himself. Yeah, wouldn't have to tell him. You could, yeah. Fun. And I could bring stuff for the weekend. Like if I'm missing stuff or if I need stuff or whatever, if I could do it. I wouldn't sit at home doing nothing. I could sew up there too. That's hard. It's only 3 hours. 3.5 hours. But I don't have any hope. It's even faster because you know, oh no, this isn't matching up. Why is this not matching up? Oh. You gotta get rid of this. This is pulling. Why is this not? This isn't matching up perfectly. Why? It's not. I might not get perfect. Oh, there. And that's under that. Joe, it's bedtime. My little darling. I should have pinned it. Jose! Bed. Well, hurry up and turn off that show. That's enough. Not in that show together. You like it. But it went a little better. Not terrible. I'll have to see. I didn't plug in my big iron. I twist up on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to lift and cut. Oops, no, twist that. Not go down. It's being stubborn. Yeah, feels like this. Oh, weird. I don't know what's going on with that one. Oh, something funky. That piece is. This thread is now stuck. Why I hate cutting my threads. This thread is stuck in there. Next, I'm just going to pull out my bobbin because that thread is stuck. There it is. Stuck. Here. Stuck. This one. Go brush your teeth. Stop fooling around. That's enough. Oh, there, I got it. Okay. It's right down here. I see anything. That's like a little turned it. See. Stuck there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Goodness. Okay. Now my bobbin doesn't want to go back in. Oh my goodness. Okay. Crazy threads up stuck. Okay. All go. All right. Now, do I like how this sewed together or not? Do that. Oh, it is off. It's crooked or something. It's good there and it's good there. It's just a little crooked there. I think it's okay. I'm gonna leave it. I mean, it's like there's other points that match up really well. So that one's just off. Secret. Oh, exactly. All right. And I don't think they'd be in right up. Be fun. Yep. The teeth go out to your head. I would be up in my. Yeah. Okay. Hi. All ready to go? So we're leaving around 7 o'clock. We'll get up, we'll grab something to eat, and then we can just pick up.
Wait, where did you bring that TV?
No, not this one. Why you need it?
To watch movie.
Why do you need to watch a movie?
Want to?
Can you bring your switch? Is it charged?
Charger.
Yeah.
7.
We could bring it. We can't watch Netflix though.
What's that?
The TV from the basement. I don't know if Netflix will work out there. We'll have to see. But you have to buy, if you have it like at a different location, it makes you buy another spot. Unless maybe I can do it. I know you can get it where you can change it to a different spot. At your second house or something. Okay? Okay, well, we'll have to see if it works, if I can get it to work. I remember my password and all that kind of stuff. Change that one little thing. Okay.
Dad had to change his password.
Yeah, sometimes you have to change it, eat it or whatever. Yeah, oh, this looks so pretty. Okay. Do you want to see it?
God, that was Mimi Trip Captain.
Do you want to see?
Mm,
What do you think?
good. I was using a mouse.
Okay, what do you think about this? This block here. Do you see anything wrong with this block?
No.
Look at it closely.
No.
Oh, well, I'm gonna bother changing it. You don't even see it. Okay, all good. I'm not gonna sell my other one tonight. I'm getting tired. Jose, please go to bed. We'll come around. I'm not gonna hug you through the table.
Captain's trying to trick me.
Captain's a jerk sometimes. Okay.
Mm,
Have a good sleep. And we'll go as soon as you don't have to get dressed when you wake up. Is your suitcase in the porch?
yeah.
Okay, go. Go to bed. Don't talk. Don't play. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Okay. Good night. All right. There it is. There's one of the blocks. So I do have to sew the other one together. And I'm super excited about it. I think it looks absolutely amazing. If you want to join in, you can. We're sewing another block next week. The Flower Farm Sampler. We're sewing another one. Next week, next Wednesday, that'll be block 9. Let me show you this block. Actually, I can probably find it on the front. This one right here. That one right there. That's the one we're showing. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. So there's my block. I think it looks really nice. I was pretty sure that all of the colors would look good. And I thought this would be a really fun piece because it has all the colors in it. And then some more. Because there's blues and purples in there too. So not just all those. So that's my block. I didn't sew my second block together. I will. I'm really tired now. Part of it was because we finished work a little late. Then we did some running around and I'm just done. I'm done. So I will sew that together next time. Maybe on my next, when I come live again. I won't be live tomorrow. I will not sewing because I won't be bringing my machine up with me. I don't think this time. I don't want to leave it up there. That's why I'm not bringing it. I don't want to leave it up there because I don't have another machine right now. So mine has a lot of creative flair. Cool. Love it. Love it. All right. Have a good night, everyone. We will chat again soon, I'm sure. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. You see a thread, a couple of loose threads. And thanks for joining me. I hope you love your block as much as I love mine. This one has, as you can see, that one little stripe. But Jojo didn't even notice it, so I think just leave it. Good night. Picture coming. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Miigwech.